Alrighty, let's get tonight underway.
Yes, now it's time for me to go after an ooze with a bow.
That should definitely end well.
Potentially.
Actually, hilariously, there is an item that'll help you out. It's called like the Decumvirate Gauntlet. It's under gauntlets and or wrists. It's actually designed to help characters with that. I'd wear it, but I'd have to make it wild, and that's stupid expensive.
Mm-hmm. So,
what's it called?
Decumvirate Gauntlet, I think. I know if you just go to Wondrous Items and check under wrists and or gauntlets, it'll be there. It's literally designed to prevent you from taking damage when fighting oozes, and to do damage to them still.
Decemvirate, as in Ali's previous helm?
I think that's the word, yeah. You'll know it when you see it. Like I said, it's under wrists and gauntlets. It's like, not major, it's like medium. There's only so many on that list. It's not that big a list anymore.
Hmm. Or at least it's organized differently to make it smaller.
Mm-hmm. It's fairly straightforward.
Although it's really irksome that when you click on a specific item in most of the SRD these days, you get taken to the list of all items.
Yes, it is annoying.
Alrighty. So, you lot have been spending the past couple of weeks reacclimating to the current what's the right word? Heightened condition of life in the Elven territories since you've been gone. Not terribly much has changed further east of the Elven territories. Those lands have been relatively unimpacted by the Uzan lands, but the southern kingdoms have had a very hard time of it. What with the Uzan lands protruding into the forests at their northern extents. So they're a little more desperate and destitute than they used to be. Hell, they say that in some places, halflings aren't even required by law to be servants anymore.
Hooray.
The horror! Now I can't make Julius get me my drink.
Truly, this is a sign that the decadent times are upon us when such filth is allowed to not serve, apparently. Julius, guy on mount.
Julius first.
And
I'm
you,
Julius.
and you've also spent the last couple of weeks preparing as you variously see fit. Fortunately, although none of you set a tile, say it that you set that you did, blah words. They're horrible today. They're all falling over each other, and I can't get any of them out.
Deep breath. Take a drink.
Agreed to assemble at the college of at the War College of Ketlir by the where's that calendar? By the 22nd of January, 536 EI. The new moon
What's the
was
EI mean?
Imperial Era.
Okie dokie.
The new moon was 2 nights ago, and the nights will get progressively better from here. The forecast for the next 4 days is clear skies day and night, or at least that's the forecast over the Gauntlet. It's rainier in the southern kingdoms.
The gullet, you mean?
Yes, the Gullet.
The gauntlet.
The
I think
words.
I think this part is the gauntlet, good sir.
That's the report from the wizard named Doppler.
I thought it was a druid. Before I forget, Varg does do his new moon thing, like always. It's not like he's gonna be stopped. I gotta say it.
Yep.
Otherwise, unless someone else has something they forgot to do, I guess we just meet up. I did everything I can think of.
Annie, I do not believe I got a shopping list from you. Do you have one?
Actually, it's on our character sheet. I think. Hold on.
Sorry about it, though. Last week was finals week.
Yep.
Here you go. A bracers of protection +2, which is like the rank for 8,000 gold, and a amulet armor +5 for 50,000 gold.
Alrighty.
With 7,753.16 gold left.
I thought I only had 7K.
No, you had significantly more than that. I checked the file.
Okay, then.
Could you repeat the remaining amount?
$7,753.16, meaning 1 silver, 6 copper.
Thank you. And go ahead and update your token on note and inventory. That goes for all of you. Go ahead and update your tokens.
All right.
Not a lot for me to update since the HP then.
You are provided. You've been provided by the people desperately assuming that you're going to finish what you started. You've been provided what limited intelligence there is of the Oozen lands. The landscape itself hasn't been terribly much altered. It's just that the treetops are now have this transparent green film spread over them, and strange creatures grow underneath, and most of the local wildlife is behaves very oddly. And the ooze then takes to the ground and makes these strange alien spires and figures and other unusual plant life once the Oozen land spread up into the mountains. There is a pass that used to be there, and the Oozen lands do not seem to spread too far into the very high peaks. It stays to the relatively low altitudes of the pass. They have no idea where Jubilex would be in there, assuming he even is in there. But they've had there's been no sudden outbreaks of horrible ooze-based demons anywhere else on the continent. So their only plausible assumption is that he must be in there somewhere.
I would guess at the center. Personal thought.
Well, I guess Varg would go for the 50-50 chance that he's either right there in the center of that place where he's safe, or he's hiding out in the abandoned village of Asula Ven, just to fuck with us.
One or the other.
Well, how much harder would it be to go to a village and then go to the center of the thingy?
Kind of joking about that second one. I don't think he's gonna hide out in a small village.
You never know. He could be John or Savi.
Okay, fair enough, actually. Just that there's a lot of places he could be is the point. I'm guessing he's going to be in the center because that makes the most sense to Varg, but, you know, if you have different opinions.
I'm actually kind of wondering if ooze can't fly, or
Well,
can they? But
we hope they can't, and most of them can't to our knowledge.
so has anybody ever considered maybe doing an overhead survey?
That's the only survey they've ever done.
Yeah, and what survey they've done is really limited because anything that flies over the Usen lands gets shot down.
Even if it's a cloud?
Clouds do not get shot down, but clouds don't fly up there either. No, they have tried scouting the mountain pass by airship, and it ends badly every time.
Only by airship?
But
By
yes,
airship, they haven't tried by eagle, but you'd think that if anyone had succeeded at that, you'd have heard from the druids.
I'm just thinking Windwalk is all. Both clerics and druids can do it, so that'd be my first suggestion. You're faster than any of those things by far, and you're a wisp of cloud, essentially. Good luck hitting that.
Yeah, that's where I was going with my comment.
We could try that, but it's a calculated risk, and fast as you are, if they basically have something prepared, like you can prepare spells in an area to stop that kind of nonsense, so. Well, I'm of the opinion that the smartest thing to do would be to hire every wizard in the kingdom and beyond and cast Fireball at the ooze until there's no more ooze. Or Lightning Bolt, you know, I'm not picky.
Or do that, use it as a front, go on in and try to infiltrate under the distraction, and even if you're captured or not, you can kind of just start infiltration regardless.
Some research lackey at the college who hears that suggestion points out the scale on the map. The portion of the Uzen lands that lies within the north of the Gullet alone easily covers quick arithmetic. Easily covers some 1,000 square miles.
Okay, and?
And you don't have communication with other colleges or places with magic people?
I've seen a wizard blow a hole in a mountain. What's the problem here?
The problem
also,
is
it'd be kind of
that
interesting if you
that
try to
mountain
get a
was
dragon
a
to help.
couple miles wide. This is a lot of ground to cover, and there's just no strong protection out there.
Yeah, at least it stopped for a while. What were you doing to try and stop it before we got here exactly? Just pray it goes away.
Well, until 6 months ago, we were too busy defending ourselves against the monstrosities that came out of the Uzen lands with regularity.
Monstrosities like gibbering mouths that we fought, right?
Among others.
Right. Any other Shoggoths?
None so large.
Okay, that's comforting slightly. Okay, the problem is that Jubilex is hiding inside the Uzen lands. The issue is we can't get to the Uzen lands without serious risk to life and limb. Well, these guys are supposed to be smarty pants and they can get us to another freaking, plane of existence. How about they find a way to get us in there without, instantly imploding?
Disguise as a smooze? I mean, not smooze, ooze, things, stuff.
That don't work.
Why wouldn't that not work?
Ooze aren't really intelligent at all. They just sort of are walking puddles of dissolve.
So, how hard would it be to impersonate one?
Well, it's not impersonating. It's if you walk into it, you dissolve. And it's like, look at the size of it.
Hmm? What, you mean the ooze and lands?
Yeah.
No,
I'm
no,
saying
no, no.
you can't
They're
disguise
not.
as an ooze because you just run into the ooze and then you die.
The ground is not covered on every square inch. It's all ooze infested, and the treetops are all gummed up with it.
Well, we have to go deal with it. So, like, we can choose. Well, I guess we could choose not to deal with it, but Varg's of the opinion they're fucking with trees and they gotta die.
Is there any way we could, like, find allies in the dragons or something?
I suppose we could go looking for allies, but what would they do?
Burn the shit out of the ooze and lands, maybe?
I already suggested that, and they keep saying that's not possible.
Well, it's a dragon! You were talking about groups of puny wizards.
I don't think a dragon's gonna be like, okay, I'll just go do that for you. We'd have to, like, pay it or something, and I don't think we have enough money even if we, didn't buy a single thing.
However, I'm pretty sure there'd be some way to convince a dragon that, oh hey, the land is being taken over by ooze things.
Not for the last 6 months it hasn't, so not exactly a priority for it right now. Especially if it lives
Nip it-
far away. It can fly,
Okay, logic, nip in the bud doesn't turn into an actual problem.
Well, it's not a problem right now, and they can fly away.
You can actually expound. That's what I was just saying.
I'm trying to tell you that if you want to argue with a dragon, like a dragon to its face, you go ahead and do that. I'll be over here out of breath weapon range.
Better yet, how about I use you as a meat shield?
How about no?
Why exactly would the logic of logic not actually work here with the dragon?
Because a dragon is a powerful being that has no interest in mortal affairs. And if it does, it's only because
And
it
it's a
gets
mortal
something out of it.
affair when the land itself is infested.
It's not attacking him, it's not spreading, and he can just fly away if it gets to be problematic.
So dragons don't have any sense of foresight?
They have plenty, but it doesn't involve them because he's not in danger. He's just not.
So
At least
basically
a
no
big enough
foresight.
dragon to be, worth our time anyway. I'm probably like this wormblade might help, but I'm thinking
Okay,
like,
so he can think of head, but he doesn't
Yeah.
really honestly have a chance of foresight. Okay.
Yeah, dragons live long enough to play the super long game. They can just let other people deal with these problems until they become big enough that they have to.
see. And the only way they
See,
can convince
that's a
them
good
not to do
curt
that.
response than this large, long, and winded argument. Also, by the way, for some reason, it disconnected me from the server. Yet, every time I tried to get back in, somebody's already using my name.
1 second. That
We'll just
that
kick the
just
old
means
you and
that
jump
you're
you.
yeah, you're still floating around. Try now.
I have a thought. It's not covered in ooze, but there is ooze problems. I could get close enough into the oozing lands to, well, close enough to the center, within a couple miles.
Via what? Disguise?
Well, no, we're just gonna walk. It's not so covered as to prevent us from doing that.
The ooze could still attack you.
Yes, it could. I'm just saying this is a thought because I could use commune with nature to try and communicate with basically the rocks to try and find the source of this, like the biggest unnatural pile of ooze, and that'll be Jubilix for you. Demons tend to
Walk
have
straight
a
in and sponge
very
whatever
obvious
evil we
effect.
find.
But the concept of actually just simply walking in to this thing is considered, well, it's been implied to be impossible with all these other situations and scenarios being.
Yeah, you guys have been rattling back and forth at each other. Why haven't you been asking me questions?
Because it didn't offer any opinions.
Because we don't
Well,
need you.
I can't
No,
shove
okay.
my way in between you.
I'm
Alright,
sorry.
then we'll ask you a question. Can you just walk into the oozing lands?
people have. That's why they have what little intel they do. But not many people make it out. But not many people are that. Not many people have as much experience and training as you guys do.
Nor the blessing of Apsu.
Yes, that.
Or Odysseus.
Yeah, what?
Odysseus. My god. Assholes.
Fuck gods got magic.
The scholar looks very worried.
Regardless. How are we gonna deal with this? We can walk. Oh, do you have any prisoners? Like, any kind of prisoners? Like, Jubilex worshippers you managed to catch that aren't raving loonies? Well, they can be raving loonies, but like communicatable raving loonies.
Do you think I don't think Jubilex would really give a crap.
Well, no, but some intelligent beings do. Not everyone who works like. Remember the Gugs? Oh, yeah, wait, you weren't there for that. Well, Gugs, they were these four-armed creatures we dealt with inside the castle originally, and they were perfectly intelligent and communicative, so I'm hoping maybe you caught one of them or something similar.
The scholars have no records of seeing any outsiders of that sort. Most of the creatures that attacked for so long were either corrupted wildlife or oozan creatures. If there are others serving Jubilex, they have not been seen.
Is there any? Have you caught any worshippers of Jubilex at all?
Well, yes, and naturally, after a fair trial, they were put to death. But
do you have any left?
No, the only ones we do
Did you
have
at least
records
tear
of many
from their minds where they were going? Because they were going somewhere. I'm pretty sure a powerful wizard could just rip that information out of their head.
Well, that much was obvious. Many who tried to pass through Ketlair were trying to travel to the Oozan lands.
Yes, but where were they going in the Oozan lands? They're obviously following a call, and the cultists knew where they were going. If we can figure out where the cultists were going, we can find at least a clue to where Jubilex is. And just the Oozan lands, I'm talking specifically. They weren't just going to walk in the Oozan lands and just...
Or were they?
What prisoners were interrogated had no such specific information. They were going because they knew that their god was here. That's all they knew. We don't even know if any of the followers who did make it past the patrols into the Oozan lands made it even as far as the mountain pass before they were torn asunder.
Are there any kind of underground systems? I mean, I know the Gullet has its own underground systems, but does this mountain range have something we could use to that degree, or is it choked full of ooze?
There are no charted cave systems in the mountains that deep, but where there are mountains, there are caves.
The goblins would know, but unfortunately, the goblins probably are dead. Who would know?
The goblins,
you could ask the mountain.
The goblins and orcish tribes of the area did kind of retreat south into the Gullet very early on in the conflict.
Smart. Yes, I can technically talk to a mountain if I want to. I'm just not sure it will respond in a fashion that A, is timely, and B, we'd understand.
Are there holes in you that we can go through?
Yeah, and then about 3 centuries later, yes. Mountains aren't exactly like worried about time usually. I mean, this one might actually just spawn fairly quickly due to its situation of the ooze, but other than that...
Well, then you could probably try that and use it to your advantage as a plan A.1.
I guess, but I gotta go touch the mountain.
Go touch it.
Ooze.
It's not covered with ooze.
It's not covered all over with ooze.
So
well,
you can
that
still
means we
touch
gotta
it.
fly. It still means we gotta fly over it, so...
You can fly over it. Got yourself as a cloud. Just
Well, yeah,
go
I
play
do all
tag
the
with a
danger, I
mountain,
do
go
all the
say
risk, you
hi,
guys just
and
sit here sipping tea, and that's nice.
well,
Tell
yes,
you
that's
what,
exactly the point of
I'm gonna
your
go talk to the
existence.
druids. If anyone's already tried this, the druids will know, and they'll give me whatever information I can find. Now, I just need to know where the druids are. He looks to whatever page is at hand. Where are the druids?
They are dead.
No. 1 second, I grab something here. There's a particular name I wanted to bring up here. There's a particular name that has disappeared in here somewhere, damn it. Alright, maybe I put it in Dropbox. There we go. The last sighting we have record of here is that the Lord of the Druid Order, Anorum, was last seen near the city of North Eye some 2 months ago.
To North Eye it is, then. At least for me. A lot of you can go do whatever it is. Where is North Eye?
North Eye is directly south of Krenmark, northeast of Hellswater.
You said North Eye, right?
Yes.
Okay, I can head that direction fairly swiftly. Is anyone coming with me? Thank you for the deep encouragement and confidence in my abilities. I'll just go.
Alright, you go then. I was just trying to consider, okay, which character's abilities would actually work well and not do something else.
That's fine, but if your characters will stay here and do whatever it is you're doing, you go ahead. I'll go talk to the druids alone.
Are
When
you
you know
guilt
half.
tripping?
No, I'm just saying, when half the continent's on fire, you only have yourself to blame. Whenever Var goes off alone, shit happens.
Okay, fine. Ashland's gonna go with him to babysit him.
Thank you. This is pure knowledge of how Varg functions. It's not going to go well if he goes alone. Oh yeah, you coming?
And for no reason, I'm going to split the party.
No.
I'm joking.
What's What's
Well,
Ollie
if they're
going to
all
do? Make
coming.
scones?
Well, if they're all coming, I need to check something. I need to make sure I have enough cargo space.
So what's this plan I've agreed to after the fact? I wasn't paying attention because I was setting up weapon macros.
We're going to go talk to the druids.
You can stay here and make scones.
I like scones.
Six. I can do 6 creatures, and it is a huge count. It's just one touched creature. It's a number. It doesn't matter what size they are. Okay. To save time. Sorry. There's only 3 of us, so to save time, I'm going to check something else. Because I might want to do with it.
What kind of thing?
What, you think I'm going around alone that close to the, I want to spread out our targets. Before Var goes, he's going to cast Shambler to summon his bodyguard. Okay, more than I expected. Okay, 6 Shamblers pop into existence. He pops Windwalk on them, then pops Windwalk on the party, plus his Treant, Live Oak buddy, and fly away!
Shamblers can't fight, can they?
If I cast Windwalk on them, I can. I can cast 2 a day, so 2 Windwalks, 1 on my Shamblers, 1 on us, plus the Live Oak Treant I used as a mobile throne / thing I ride.
Alrighty then, flying trees.
Pretty much. Well, 1 flying tree and a bunch of flying bushes.
Flying garden.
Hey, I need bodyguards. I'm important.
The Shambler spell creates D4+2 advanced shambling mounds. Gotcha.
I got 6 of them, as many as
Yep,
possible.
yep.
And they last
So
7
I'm
I
days.
can read.
just Ashlyn.
Sorry, you're dropping in and out. I caught Ashlyn something Varg. Which better not be a euphemism. Can anyone hear me?
I can.
Okay, good. From takes 5 rounds. I hope that's a deliberate attempt to disconnect and reconnect to the mumble.
I was just saying I cast Windwalk twice, so I could have those Shamblers fly and us fly as clouds.
Yeah, by multiple targets, I'm pretty sure he means he's creating a whole bunch of flying things so that if you guys come under attack while in transit over the mountains, there's more than just the 3 of you for whatever's down there to shoot at.
Awesome.
Fuck has no comment about whatever the hell Aaliyah is doing to him. This is exceedingly normal, and she might still be Aaliyah instead of some sort of evil clone.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, just letting you know, I keep disconnecting from both the server and the mumble.
We see this. But you sound legible at the moment.
That's good.
Alrighty, so that was 6 Shamblers, a Treant, and you 3 is a mess you are coming?
Of course.
You 4. Alrighty. Adding all players' ownership to the party icon on the world map. Chris, would you care to, as the druid leading the charge, draw out your flight path to Northeye?
Okie dokie. I'm just measuring. Yeah, that looks to be the absolute straightest path there, so that's the one Varg's taking because he doesn't give a damn.
Righto.
I'll let it go then. Ooh. He's not going to skirt around it and waste time. He's just going to thunder across it.
Yep.
Ow, there's ooze in my face.
After about an hour's flight, you guys notice a definite. By the way, I presume you set out in daylight. It's
Yes.
late morning. After about an hour's flight, you guys notice a definite change in the character of the forest beneath you. While it has all been bright green tropical forest, it's here beginning to have patches of a darker, more reflective green on the trees. It looks wet. And as you pass over the Usen lands headed towards the mountains, it becomes very obvious that the trees are not the same shapes as they used to be. Their trees are, straight with fanned out branches. Down below, you can see that the trees underneath this blanket of dark reflective ooze have taken on a more spirally and huge jutting structures, bulbous structures appearance. It's very bad looking. But you make it out over the bare snowy mountains without incident.
I had no reason to to stop. Ooze is definitely affecting the forest and land around, and that is reason enough to remove it in Varg's opinion. If they can keep up.
Well, the giant owls wouldn't attack. But as you make your way over the mountains, you do notice that you seem to have attracted a couple rocks.
I don't think they can keep up either. We keep going.
Yes, they can. That's why I bothered to mention it.
Okay. Fair warning to the
Giant who threw
rocks.
them must
I will
have been
tear their legs
huge.
off.
Could you repeat that, Brad?
The giant who threw them must have been huge.
It seems you'd probably bet that you're flying through their territory.
We just keep going till we're out of their territory. If they start bothering us, I might try to talk to them. Otherwise, I'll just crush them like eggs.
Well,
They can take them.
they harangue you by flying through your misty forms.
Dicks.
And one of them peels off, but the other continues to follow you until you're out of his territory. Yeah, Scorchy's having a bad day of it today. Give her a second.
I blame Google.
For problems with Mumble?
Yes, I blame Google for everything.
Gotcha. For the moment, I'm going to blame her router.
That's probably more likely, yes.
Got rid of Annie's clone. And as you come over a mountain peak, you see before you the valley that it's a really rough mountain valley. It's not really much of a much of a habitable place. It's only wide enough to provide a lowland pass that doesn't get snowed over all year round. And you can see that the oozin covering on the ground is it's not evident everywhere, but it is clear that the rivers down there are clogged thick with slime, and the plant life is, even from this altitude, not particularly recognizable. Much of it has gone all bulbous and has grown into these weird twisted spires.
Oh, that's going to be a problem later for me.
There you are. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Alrighty. So, Bard,
Yes.
leading on. What direction?
Straight line to north. Art sees no reason not to go in a straight line.
Alrighty.
Shortest route is always a straight line. He knows that.
Okay. As you guys float over the crest of the mountain and start flying over the valley itself, there is a sudden sort of there's a sudden horrible wet spraying sound, and '16, eh? Oh, pardon me. All right, there we go. Right. There's a sort of spray in the air, and you notice that this burst of greenish darts have been shot up from the ground and passed through the collective cloud of all of you. It burns, but you can't be sure how yeah, you can't be sure how bad it is until you take a solid form to examine the wounds.
Okay, we'll just skirt the parts where it's particularly. Okay, I don't know if I can just do this the whole way there, so we'll just skirt along the path of ooze, if you would, like where the mountain is still mountainous. So, like this. And straight from there.
So you fly back the way you came?
A little bit, and then skirt around it, yeah.
Alrighty. As you turn the formation, and well, since there's no way to really talk amongst each other, you just have to sort of try and redirect the flow, the direction of the flock, and hope everyone picks up on it.
Well, there's one big cloud, that's the treant, 6 other big clouds, which are my shamblers, and me, so it's 7 clouds of the formation that all turn at once. I think they get the idea.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Righto. Alright, a spray comes up and it hits the shamblers and Mesua this time. But they're still flying, so you make it back over the mountain crest.
Now we go around this filth. And learn how they keep stuff out. They pew pew with literal like anti-air cannons. So let's just go around that.
Alrighty, you begin skirting the mountain ranges, and well, the only way to tell whether the ooze exists over a given peak is to peek over it. And Varg, make me a knowledge geography or a survival check.
Guess which one I'm gonna do. There's an 11 for it.
Alrighty. You do at one point lead the group over the wrong peak before you can notice your mistake. That one gets everyone but Aaliyah, I think. Let me check the inventory again. Yeah, that gets everyone but Aaliyah. Hold on a second. Varg, Mesua, please make me fort saves. And the Shamblers. And
Well, I got a 29, not my best possible roll, but I have a really high fort save, so yay for me.
Ashton rolls a fort save as well.
no, Ashlyn, this is the first hit Ashlyn's taken, so she doesn't need to.
All right.
Alrighty. The Shamblers. Hang on, where is it? There we go. Fort is +9 with a +11. Check, 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 check. All right. 3 of the Shamblers falter and fall to the ground, and it's quite a ways. They lose their mist form and go splat as they strike the mountain below.
And that is why I summoned them, so they could take hits. Good job, sailors. Continuing on, avoiding the ooze if possible.
Yep. And the next hour of the journey manages to pass uneventfully, if quite coldly. You see the city of North Eye below, which has definitely seen better days. The walls are smeared with battle damage and many slimy corpses, but the core of the city seems to be safe, and there is the gates are open and trade is continuing, but this place has definitely seen better days in the last few years.
Let's land somewhere outside the city, shift back to normal, see what kind of damage we need to heal, and get going. That's what I feel we should do.
You lead the group down, and yeah, those of you who have taken hits find that you seem to have these slimy, like they're sort of like hedgehog bills stuck in you. They're quite nasty, and they are still stuck in you in various places.
Varg starts removing his.
Emesua and Varg have it the worst, but Varg, you're trying to remove yours. How are you doing this?
With his claws. Like, first he's going to pick at it to see how stuck it is and how deep. You know, with his claws, like, okay, how deep in there is it? Then you should, depending on how deep it is, you might yank it out like you yank out an arrowhead.
Right, make me a heal check.
$23.
All right, take yourself a. Let's see here. So,
Let Varg yank his to see whether or not, you know, they explode on if you touch them.
Yeah, the damage itself is inconsequential because you guys are not going to get into a fight while you're in North Eye. However, Varg, please slap yourself with a point of con damage.
Well, I have it on numbers, so it doesn't do anything currently, but I got you.
Okay.
He looks at that confused and just gives everyone a look.
Aislinn, you try and pluck your quills out. Go ahead and make me a heal check. Alrighty, yours come out without leaving any poison in the wound.
I guess Varg will cast, as he took the worst of it, he will cast heal on himself to get rid of the con damage and get himself back up to less than dying.
Alrighty.
Yeah, assuming all the quills are out, obviously. If they're not, he's going to have Aislinn help him.
Yeah, Emesua has some, and even the tree has some lodged in him.
Alright, Aislinn, could you make, is that 3 rolls then?
It's going to be knowledge nature to remove them from your trance without harming him, but
Well, I'm pretty sure she has that.
But another one for Emesua would be reasonable.
Medic!
Emesua is also fine.
Alright, knowledge nature at my tree, if you would.
You managed to get the quills out without tearing too much bark out of him. He seems no less fine than he would normally be.
Alright, if all the quills are out of everybody, I'll cast heal on myself. Tree can hold up alright. Mesua has her own healing, and we're good.
Alrighty.
Now we can go inside looking a little banged up and a little bit angry.
The city seems to city guards take little notice of you, and other people, occasionally notice the levels of equipment you guys are wearing and
Well, one of them's a
carrying.
16-foot tall lizard man, so I think I draw the most attention.
Yeah, you don't draw as much attention as you feel you should, but yes.
Assholes, pay attention to me. I'm riding on a treant. How much more, ostentatious do I need to be?
You are not riding on a treant in the city.
I am too. Who's gonna stop me? Are you gonna pull over the giant,
First of
crocodile
all,
sitting in the tree?
First of all, the city gate is going to stop you because it's not tall enough.
Oh, so my live oak friend can't fit?
He'll have to come through on his hands and knees.
Alright, fine. You can just follow behind me and look intimidating.
There we go.
With my Shambler bodyguard, too. I don't think slapping Varg would do much, and the Shamblers might take offense to that. They're
Also,
kind of stupid.
you are a 12-foot lizard man.
Sorry.
No worry.
Oh, right now he says 16 feet in here, so I think I just doubled his size when he's in medium, which is what it says to do, which is 16 feet apparently.
Lizard men are not 8 feet tall in medium.
I would make them 7 feet then, would it? Because he has to be at least 6 feet in order for. Okay, hold on. I must go find.
No, you need to be at least 4 feet to classify as medium.
Well, no, I'm trying to figure out how tall lizardmen usually are, because Varg is big for a lizardman.
Anyways.
Yeah, between 6 and 7 feet tall, so he's tall, so he'd be about 7.5. So, 1 sec. So Varg is 15 feet tall. When large.
Carrying on. We have arrived in the city of North Eye. It is busy here.
I suppose we go to whoever's in charge, so the biggest not wrecked house.
As I said, the interior of the city seems to have taken no battle damage. There has been no fighting in the streets. There has been no prolonged siege.
Oh, that's good. Okay, we'll just go to the largest building, and I suppose, whichever one is like the castle-y one.
Well, the largest building is the church on a knoll just east of the city center.
That sounds promising. Who votes we go there? Well, it's on a piece of grass, so I'm gonna go check it out. With my entourage.
Alrighty. It is a simple church to Caden Kalian, one of the largest freestanding stone churches you've seen in a while, and it sits on a hilled meadow in the city, clearly set apart from the other buildings. There is nothing otherwise remarkable about it from the outside.
I knock on the door.
It is midday. The doors are open.
I tap on the door and say, "Excuse me, I have questions."
And the various parishioners inside pay you little heed, but a man just seems to be just a commoner who's near the door, looks up at you and tries not to meet your gaze.
That's fine. Good prayer response from him. Varg will enter to try and talk to one of the priestly-looking folk. He might have to leave his tree outside, but the Shamblers might come in. They kind of have. It's not because I want them to. It's because they're stupid. All they do is follow me and defend me from attack. They're kind of dumb.
Yeah, indeed. A man in very simple monk's robes that comes up with a broom and begins shooing the wildlife out. That's the shamblers, not you.
Good luck. They're large size, and I don't think you're gonna get anywhere.
Maybe they're scared of brooms.
He remains insistent and manages to get them to stop tracking their dirt on the carpets.
Sorry, I can't control entirely what they do. I had questions.
Well, if you can't keep them out, get out yourself and keep them there.
I need to be inside to ask the questions.
You can ask me questions. Get out.
Alright, he shuffles outside. They follow.
The monk smacks you in the heels with his broom as you go.
Ow. Why does everyone do that?
Because I'm sweeping. Get out.
Okay, I'm going. He gets out with his shamblers and waits for the guy.
He tidies the step and stares you down.
He does not take any shit from anybody. Varg looks to him and says, I'm looking for druids. They were here, according to information 2 months ago. Where have they gone?
Druids? Druids?
One
What
big
would
druid.
I know of druids? I
You're
sweep
on
the
ahead.
steps in a church.
Which is why I was going to ask someone who would know. I thought you might. If you don't, I have to go back in. Or go fetch someone who does know. Your choice.
Go down to the Hunters Guild, or go over there and visit the Baron's Manor. What would we know?
I presume they might have visited, exchanged information, scrolls, so on. If you want me to go talk to the...
Druids praying to Cade and Kalian. You're a hoot.
Do they? That's news to me. Regardless, I do want to... could you at least point me in the direction of the things you just... the Hunters Guild, the Barons, whatever?
Down there on the east end of Market Street, and the Baron, well, he doesn't live in this city, so he's not very normally easy to find. But I'm sure you could find him at the Magistrates' Hall.
Thank you for your trouble.
Over there. Gestures vaguely north.
Varg thanks him for his trouble, tosses him a gold coin, and moves on.
He catches it and immediately tosses it in a donation box.
Well, it's just going to do what he wants with it. Yeah, so I guess we'll just head to the Hunters Guild, I suppose, first.
Pardon me. Down at the east end of Market Street, there is a building that looks like a tavern, but it has a very ornate silver plate sign out front that has a set of antlers on it.
He knocks on the door. It's out of the tree and knock, and it's less knock, more like batter down, so...
There is no response immediately.
He knocks a little harder.
At any point, has Varg actually misjudged his strength and punched through a door trying to knock it?
He has pretty good control over his strength,
once,
but...
yes.
Yeah.
You hear from inside. Either you have business here or you don't.
Varg shrugs and opens the door.
There is a old man sitting at a desk with a large number of papers and around him, and several books on a shelf beside him. The rest of the room is pretty nondescript, aside from a few simple wooden bins that smell a little earthy.
Varg feels at home. He asks very simply, I'm looking for druids. They were here 2 months ago and passed through. I need to know where they've gone.
Druids that passed through.
One big druid importance, like the druid.
Oh, you're looking for an Orem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we've got some notice of him around here somewhere. Hang tight. Goes, he grabs a book from the shelf and starts flipping lazily through it.
Time.
What you
my
looking at him
period.
for? For him for?
I have questions about the issues with the ooze.
Mm-hmm. Well, job one. Don't go too far into it.
I'm looking to remove it.
What?
The ooze. It's a problem. We're
Yeah.
going to get rid of it.
Oh, good for you. Let's see here. Here we go. Anorim, let's see here. He gave aid to a small group that was making sure that the mines were not infested. 40, 41 miles east of Northeye, foot of the Rengar Range.
Where did
Last
he?
week.
All right.
There we go. Yes, he was seen. He was seen. He was last seen. He had given aid to a group who were just making sure that some old unused mines at the base of the Rangoor Range weren't that there was nothing foul hiding out in them.
And he went where from there?
He simply gave them some aid and some healing, and then made on his merry way. The report here says that he suggested that he might be he might be better equipped to do that in the future, and that the rest of the group may want to just yes that group might want to take it easy and try their luck on the open instead of delving into caverns where they, well, says here one of them got his leg crushed, but he's on the mend and back in the city now.
Where is he? In the city.
Oh, the man from the mining party?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an address for you.
Do you have a name?
Description,
age, height? Come on.
The city is home to nearly two dozen of 1,000. I don't think a description's going to do you much good, stranger.
A lock of hair would do me wonders. I need to know where he is or where he might be if he got a crushed leg.
It says here that they received some aid and healing from Anorum, and they made it back to the city under their own power. I presume he's, fine or on the mend.
So I need to go find a man whose name I don't know. The only clue I have is that he had a crushed leg and he was in the mines.
Why do you need to
Try an
find him,
inn or a
stranger?
hospice.
We need to find him because we need to find Anorum, and we need to find Anorum because we have to deal with the ooze issue. How are you not keeping up with this? It's fairly straightforward.
Well, like I said,
Inn
the
or
report
hospice.
says that Anorum told them to go back to friendly territory and not to delve into such dangerous caves, and that Anorum himself might be better able to do that in the future. So, I don't know. It's possible that he took over scoping out those mines for now.
I suppose. I guess we'll have to check it out. Thank you for your time. And he puts 2 gold coins on the table.
The man slides them off the table into a drawer, slams it closed.
Have a nice evening. Turns to go and says, all right. Oh, he turns back around before he leaves. Real quick, do you know exactly like a map of where those mines are?
It's a series of them in the low mountains, round about here. You reckon?
That'll do. Thank you kindly. All right, now we'll get going. And unless someone has objections, I vote we just kind of toot our way
Close
over
the
there.
door, will ya? Were you raised in a barn?
Does a tent count? And he shuts the door.
So what are we looking for right now? Because you went from guy with a crushed leg to a series of mines 42 miles away.
Well, we're trying to find the leader of the druids. Unfortunately,
Yes,
he's not
and
here.
yes,
So I
that's kind
talked
of
to
obvious.
people.
So
I
yes,
thought we'd have to go talk to the guy who got a crushed leg to figure out maybe where he got to, because he might know. But the guy we were talking to a second ago with the ledgers theorized that maybe he might still be at the mines. So we're now going to the mines. If he's not, then we have to go talk to the guy with the crushed leg, who was the last person to talk to the druid
so
master.
wouldn't it be easier to look for the guy with the crushed leg while he's in the city limits instead of going 42 miles out, 42 miles back, and then looking?
So, well, the druid might still be at the mine range, but if you want to look for the guy first, that's fine, but we don't have a name or an address. So we're just
Yeah,
going
but
to
he had
check
a crushed
hospitals.
leg, and he seems like somebody for hire. You can pretty much just check the hospice.
Yeah, dude, that's what gather information's for.
Okay, I don't have it. Someone else do it.
I'll run a gather information. You can do whatever you're doing during the 4 hours that happens.
I will go for a drink.
The D4 hours. Go ahead and roll your diplomacy.
It's actually not right in here. Just a second.
Okay, so what are you talking about now?
They want to find that. They want to ask around and find out where that group of mine delvers were.
I got that, but what do you mean by... I thought Alia was all the way back at the other place.
No. The whole lot of you came with.
That's interesting.
Bard, the Chandlers, Alia, Amesua.
So basically everybody got dragged along?
Yep.
So... what... Okay, so I guess Alia's gonna look around and ask people, and we're gonna go to the mine?
Well, no, that'd be a waste of stuff. Let's just let Aaliyah do her thing. It won't take that long, and then we can head off to the mines. And the mine's not going anywhere.
Alia and her
Unless-
silver tongue points at Bard and says, "Sit!" And she dashes off into the crowd, flying her silver tongue, asking about, and eventually she comes. She finds Bard.
Bard is
Probably
drinking in a
looking
tavern,
fiercely,
probably out drinking everyone he can find.
fiercely depressed in the tavern he's in, and she has managed to find the pardon me, the one of the members of the group that was doing the checking of the mines, and she can lead the party there.
That'll do. Be perfect. We hire her on the spot. Get going, lady.
Alia leads the group to a fairly large house that seems to where about a dozen people, not all of a family, seem to live. It might be some sort of rental house. And asking politely, someone comes to the door with a crutch, but no serious breaks. He's a man in his late 30s. Looks like he's right now he's bandaged up, but he looks like he doesn't normally wear anything particularly fancy. He looks a regular commoner.
Okay, I greet him as politely as I am able, which is mostly a grunt, and ask him about the caves and whatever the hell the Master Druid's name, I keep forgetting it is.
Enorum?
Enorum, there it is. Like, at Enorum, like, he's obviously saw Enorum. Where is Enorum currently? Did he stay behind the caves? Did he go somewhere else? Did he tell you where?
Oh, yeah. Well, me and a few friends of mine, we picked up, there was a bounty to go check out some of the old mines and make sure there weren't anything nasty brewing in them. They're a pretty bad place when there's just the regular threats of goblins and gnolls breeding in them, but we wanted to make sure there was nothing worse. So it was pretty good pay for it. Definitely worth our bother. So we even with this leg that's gonna be aching for the next few days. Anyway,
Enorum. I'm wondering
oh,
where Enorum
yeah,
is.
yeah. Big dude. Looks like he used to be elf, but these days he's a little bit more. Ooh, creeps the hell out of me, those antlers of his. Anyways, yeah, we were coming out of mine, and well, sorry, my buddies were coming out of the mine, and I was on the board they were dragging behind them. And yeah, Norm was out there wondering what the devil we were doing so deep into the ooze, and yeah, well, he told us we better keep our heads up and get out of there. And he saw to my leg. It was awful nice of him. Didn't ask for pay or anything. I'd be off my feet for easy 5 months if that weren't for him. So yeah, he told us to beat it out of there, and he'd see about the other mines because hell, we only cleared 2 out of the 5 shafts there.
Ah, thank you. That's what I need to know. All I need now is to know which 2 shafts you cleared.
What? Oh yeah, the 2 on the south face of the hill. There's still
2
the
on the southwest.
yeah, still the 3 on the east face that we hadn't yet probed into.
Perfect. That means he'll most likely still be there. Thank you for your time. Passes him a gold
Oh well,
coin.
you got to remember that was back on Fridays.
Was that last week?
Yeah,
Well, it's better than nothing.
Tuesday, man. Don't you keep a calendar about your head?
We've been gone for 4 years.
Well, they don't give vacations like that anymore.
I wouldn't call it a vacation.
He wanders back into the house.
Well, we have at least a clue. If he's not there, there'll be clues of him being there and maybe something we can scry. So yeah, I say we head there straight up. Okay, if no one is going to comment on that thought, I guess I'll just get going. Windwalk for everyone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that will do. Wait a second, just initializing a map to use. All right, where's the inventory? There's the inventory. Light. And rename that. Alrighty, let me know when everyone's loaded.
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 Not loaded.
Yeah, it's going to be well, anyways, get the approach out of the way. Yeah, the mines are relatively easy to find. Once you found the right area and followed the map references that the tracker could give you. You managed to find the camp pretty quickly. It's a good couple miles up from the uphill out of the forest into the mountains, and then there's old campfires, the big city areas, and the still undismantled smelting works around. And as the guy said, there's a variety of mine shafts. A couple are clearly collapsed right at the entrance, but there's still five. And the two that the guys had already checked have been painted with these big smears of cheap brown paint right in front of them. Looks like they were marking off the ones that they had cleared. There is a much more delicate and fastidious brown smear in front of one of the east shafts, but two of the yes, it's very cheap paint. Two of the east-facing shaft entrances are still without any obvious markings.
Okay, I'm gonna use survival to see whether or not any tracks. Oh wait, he's a druid. I wouldn't be able to find him if I tried. Screw it. Any, meeny, miny, moe. Someone flip a coin. And the one on the left it is. So the one closest to the left.
Bard, make a reflex save.
17.
You flip a coin, it bounces off of your hand and disappears into a crack in the ground.
Vark digs it up.
Your
Vark inserts his.
Your copper coin has fallen into a deep crack in the camp's earth.
He digs it up. He'll spend 10 minutes on it if he's got it. He's not going to lose a coin to the earth. He hasn't paid the earth. Elevation's already starting towards the right. He'll just follow her.
Alrighty. The shaft is this one's apparently not made for what's name mine carts. This one's pretty bare, and they've tried to carve a smooth ramp, but you can see that the time has not been kind. It's clearly been abandoned for some time. And when you reach the bottom, although there is a deep pit of water in front of you, you can see fairly easily that the shaft continues around the corner. And there's more to this mine up ahead.
No reason to not keep going. I mean, as long as we know where we've been, we mark where we can get out. Just keep going.
I shall march valiantly into this obvious trap.
Player movement is unlocked. Feel free to move about in small steps.
If you walk obviously into the trap, Ashlyn isn't saving you.
Vark just plunks through the water. He doesn't care.
When I said deep pit of water, I did mean like 12 feet or so.
Like
so
12 feet or so.
Aisling can burn a minute and just fly around it.
Why do I not have vision?
I'm going to dive in and see if there's any coins on the bottom.
Where did Vark go?
Now you have vision.
There he is. Okay, Vark can just squeeze, I suppose. He can actually squeeze into a very small area if he wanted to.
Okay, well, is this lighting a reflection of gold or something, or is it just a torch?
It is a torch that is not actually lit, but the tile
Okay.
has the graphic lit, so I can't really edit that back to unlit.
Let him reveal.
I can't move around, Varg.
Well, I'll let him reveal vision, and Vark usually goes first just because he's the first one to get punched in the face anyway.
Well, I don't care.
1 second. I'm trying to manage the guys at the back as well. Does anyone want to volunteer to pilot Drake and Greg?
I'll handle Greg. Just shrink him down to medium and I'll take care of him.
Excuse me, why can't I move outside of my line of vision?
Because you cannot move yourself to some place that might be off map and might simply be unexplored, so you have to wait until I've revealed vision, which I only do in rounds periodically. And anyone want to take Drake?
I don't know how Drake works, to be honest, so sorry.
Well, just for moving him around during exploration here.
I'll handle him then. Well, I'll handle everybody for movement if you need me to. It's a matter of. I can't see them, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that.
Working on it. Try now.
Okie dokie.
You pass a pit over here that has a bunch of old straw in it.
Crick will meander forward.
Wanders out onto the bridge and sees that there's a river that flows past on either side. Looks like this shaft may have been partially flooded. Maybe before, maybe after it was abandoned.
Yay for water.
Where does the water to?
I beg pardon?
The water to? In the underground river.
The water flows from north to south.
Where does it go though? Does it go in, is it actually something exploratory?
I don't know. You will have to explore it.
Right then.
So, Ollie and Aislinn disappear into the darkness around the two respective corners.
Alia
And
isn't
are
with me.
I went
No.
the other way.
and Alia and Grek find themselves looking at an abandoned encampment where there used to be equipment piled, and there's broken crates that may have once held food and materials. Although Grek is looking down on this portion of the cavern from about 40 feet up on a ledge that circles the south wall of the area.
Greg is going around. I just shorter.
And as he comes around it, he notices that there seems to be a light off in this corner of the camp. Although these other campfires are long dormant and bone cold, there's something alight off in this corner.
How far down was it again from this ledge?
From this ledge down to the floor is about 45 foot.
All right. Well, I'll just go there then. I presume this is stairs down.
Yeah, that's a rough stairway that circles down.
Mark takes the stairs.
Is Amesua deliberately left long behind?
Not
Yes,
deliberately.
nobody loves Shamu.
All right. Aislinn is off wandering the vastness of this underground river. She finds that it's flowing back towards her here, so she must have passed a Y junction or something.
Past a
Y junction, like where two flows of the
see.
river come together and.
Well, we're all here. Aislinn, does someone want to go stick their head out there and scream? Actually, Bart turns to Aaliyah. You mind going and finding Aislinn? I can't just fly on a whim, and you can. I think she went in the south path. Can you hear me? Okay.
what?
I was talking to Aaliyah. I was asking if she would go south and try and find Aislinn. Because she can just fly.
Oh. Did somebody move my token?
I did.
Why?
You'll find out yourself. Just giving the others a moment to respond to that inquiry.
Do you mean Aaliyah, who isn't responding to anything?
Yes, that's why I'm giving him a moment to respond to that inquiry.
Sorry, what now?
Aishlin has gone to the southern area. We've all re-met up, so Varg is wondering where Aishlin is, so he's asking Aaliyah kindly if she could take the southern, river route and find her. She can just sort of
No,
fly.
she was already found.
Not by us, so.
Well, she can't be found if I don't know where she is either.
Yes, you've flown off, and the rest of the party's lost track of you.
What?
You flew off, and the rest of the party lost track of you.
We don't know you disappeared. We just know what direction you went in. It's separation of character knowledge.
You start going gently uphill, and the river flows past south towards you here. No signs of Aishlin.
Okay, so Ashlyn just disappeared. She didn't actually meet with the party. Okay. Can you hear me guys all right?
Yes, we can hear you fine.
I honestly can't hear crap from your end. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Alright, so the situation is my character disappeared. And was she kidnapped by something? Is that why I can't control her?
Is Aaliyah going after, to check it out or not? That's what I'm confused about.
I think this is starting to turn
She went and
into a horror movie
just
scenario.
flew aimlessly about,
Please
not
don't let
asking me
Alia.
anything.
So she didn't say anything? Alright, that's a damn shame.
Didn't find her.
Okay.
She must have run off somewhere.
Okay, character-wise, Varg would assume she either got grabbed by something, but then you would have seen that, or her body. So he's gonna say, well, we'll just have to keep exploring. She has to be somewhere in here.
Yes, she's probably under that picnic table.
Right by the steak and eggs.
There's a bunch of old sleeping furs over here, and there's something alight in that corner.
Far around the corner.
Anyways, Varg rounds this corner and sees a. Hold on. Varg is not given to the observer, which is why I couldn't see that on the screen. There we go. Varg rounds the corner and sees a large, fat, glowing red ooze just happily sitting there contented in the corner.
Oh, that's cute. Stick a bow on it.
How about I just let it be? Turns to the others and gestures behind. There's a news. I'd rather ignore the hell out of it.
You hear the
It wants to be
sizzling
your
of
friend.
you hear the sizzling of hot rocks as it pursues you lazily.
Let's just keep ahead of it, shall we?
It crawls into the tables and they begin to catch on fire. Go ahead and roll into initiative.
I don't think it's fast enough to keep up. I vote we just bypass it.
You're rolling into initiative because I told you to.
There's no option. There isn't run away.
Well, no, not from certain things, such as the creature initiates a ranged attack.
The ooze ate the druid, didn't it?
He's a little too powerful for that, but maybe.
He could have
Oh,
gone
I
with
handle
evil
initiative for
Dave.
those guys.
Okay, so the ooze
Dead
contracts.
last.
Yes, dead last, but surprise round. Because it compresses and pores open in its surface, spraying. Let's see here, who's in line of sight? Well, who's in range, actually. There we go. Varg, Varg, and Drake for these attacks. Here they come in that order. 15 misses Drake. Varg, how do you fare?
It's not gonna miss. How much total is that?
Well, that's 25 fire total, and in 2 parts, and 22 electricity total in 2 parts.
Well, now the thing has to die.
And it is Alia's turn.
Okay, just one sec.
Okay. Switching to a caves background.
How tall is the ceiling in here?
The ceiling's a good 50 feet off the floor down here, and pardon me, the ooze is a pretty near perfect semicircle at the moment, so about 8 foot tall and 15 wide.
He might be able to get around it, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Just a sec. Okay, just typing, yay. So I can make 19 5-foot squares, or I can make it 38 if I have the thickness.
Alrighty.
So I'm going to have it half thickness, covering those 7 squares as high up as it'll go, so 15 feet.
Alrighty then.
actually need to move there.
Oh, that'll do.
You seal off that corner of the cave, and you hear irritated bubbling and slamming from the far side.
Haha.
Yes, sounds to me like he's going to try to break through this. So
I guess it's time to just leave.
yep. So it's Emma's turn. How far?
It's out of initiative until he breaks through. If he breaks through.
All right, bye.
Okey-doke. Are we gonna wait for him to break through, or what we doing? Getting
We're
out
just
of here?
leaving. Do you really want to have to fight an ooze? You
No,
kind of
not
just
really.
beat it. Ooze are defeated. Good job. Varga's swimming. Everyone else can fly, apparently.
Yep. This pool where the water slows down is not particularly deep, and the water comes down from a series of cracks in the wall, not too far north. Does look like this place flooded, although still not sure whether this place was abandoned because of it or if it's happened since.
I suggest we go south then, if this is a dead end.
Okie dokie.
Coming down that way, you run into a Aishlin coming back the other way. Where have you guys been?
Where have you been?
Aislinn wandered about, disappeared into the darkness there. And, beg pardon?
I don't know. I sort of thought I should disappear. Something would have happened. Not, oh hey, I'm gonna sit here and twiddle my thumbs.
No, you
This
didn't
might
sit
not
there
be
and twiddle your
you.
thumbs. You were clearly just wandering about recklessly down there. So when you reached that long passage that heads deeper into the mine, I just had you wander off down there with no regard for the people backing you up.
I didn't quite catch half of that, but that's all right.
Long story short, it might not be you, and you kind of just wandered off on your own, essentially, like deeper into the cave.
Oh no, it's me. I can move it.
I mean, like, it's your token, but it might be like some sort of
Just
shapeshifter.
stop and let her read. You report back to the others that there seems to be a crude wooden elevator down there down that passage in an unflooded section over here.
Elevator ho.
Fair enough, if that's what she's pointed out to us. Elevator works for me. Before I forget, could they should eventually just slap me with like 40 HP or something? That should be good. You can do it again if you want, but I've been worse and done fine.
What are you talking about?
Oh, Park took a little bit of damage. I just was getting that settled.
Okay, because just letting you know, I disconnected and everything's kind of wonk.
Gotcha. Just setting up the lower shaft now.
There we go, for simplicity.
Much obliged. No, everyone's loaded.
I am
Loaded.
now.
Not loaded. That's kind of like the story of the night.
It's okay.
Wandering into new territory always means new assets being loaded. Don't worry.
Well, I see a gate.
That is simply the gate at the bottom of the elevator. It opens with difficulty because it's rusted, but it is not secured in any way.
Oh, okay.
Back in just a second.
Okay.
Back. Everyone in?
I am.
Yeah, I honestly am 35, 36, and it isn't really budging.
Yeah, the last
But-
one is the largest.
I'm just trying to figure out what it is you have, because you've been disconnecting and decorating all day, and that didn't happen before, so I'm like trying to figure out if you're running anything in the background or something, but...
No, I'm not. The only things I have open is Ask Character Sheet, Google Talk, Mumble, and Tools, and that's kind of my standard setup.
Yeah, I don't got any
I'm
idea then.
honestly trying to wonder whether or not my brother's interfering with their, since he's playing for League of Legends.
Yeah, League of Legends uses a lot of bandwidth.
Go beat him to death with a rake.
Yeah.
We are only hearing little pops of synth. We do not understand what you're saying.
Sorry.
Not you, what Annie's saying.
I am loaded though, so at least there's that.
Okay. So there's a rusted old steel door at the bottom of the elevator, which is easily enough managed.
Still stuck on me, Nanny?
No, she said she's loading.
Oh, okay. What the hell are we waiting for then?
You.
Oh. Why me? Someone else lead. Whatever. I
Fine,
start
Ashley can lead.
forward.
I can't move my character. A specific reason.
Feel free to reveal vision whenever, Tagash.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll have Greg scout. Hold on.
Oh, I know why. because your name had changed. There we go.
Alrighty.
You can hear more rushing water not too far away. In fact, Greg stumbles out onto a bridge over some of this rushing water. This water is moving too fast to be easily trod through.
Drake will stick with Aishan if she wants to go down that route.
Drake wanders off into what is to him impenetrable darkness. Alia is his only source of light right now.
Get back here! Yeah, I don't know if he has dark vision or what. I don't know.
He is human. He has normal vision.
Pathetic human.
Right?
also
He's the only one.
No,
I
he
also
is
have
human.
normal vision, but I have the smarts to bring a light source with me.
Can't Drake just set off bombs?
That's like
So
a flash of light. That's not like consistent seeing.
Well, he could string them out to make it out like one of those projectors.
This looks eerily familiar. I'm getting like a real sense of deja vu here.
There's a rickety wooden bridge here.
Yeah, I know. I just have this. Go ahead and fly over that, Aaliyah. I'll just check out. How far down am I going? Like how far down is down?
Yeah, only about 20, 25 foot.
That's a short hop for me, considering my size.
Did something else change? Because I can't really move my character ahead.
You may have moved into a wall. Try now. Yep. There's a passage up here and a passage going to the south there. And Aishlin.
Vargo heads south and Greco just leap literally across the bridge. I'm not even going to bother rowing. I know he can just bounce.
You come across a stream of water. Aishlin, you come across a stream of river passing from east to west here, but there's another patch of dry just across it.
Alrighty.
And Varg, the tunnel just ahead of you there looks fairly weak and crumbled, and Drake points out that he hasn't seen Aishlin in a little while again.
She keeps doing that. Oh, does someone want to go fetch her?
You know, I'd like to think at some point Ashlyn will or has mentioned she would be doing something.
I'm sure you imagine so, but as yet.
We'll find her later in the tunnel. If you hear a scream, it's probably her.
Berg, as you grump forward, stomping about in irritation, I need you to make a reflex save.
16. Reflex is not my strongest suit, and rolling a 3 didn't help.
It certainly did not. A moment. What that'll have to do. Berg, you blithely stumble forward and find yourself buried in a rock slide. The noise echoes through the cavern and debris flies everywhere.
He wades through it like a man.
Yeah, you can go. You can go ahead and try. You are prone under the rubble. Go ahead and Go ahead and make me a strength check. After taking 44 damage.
Is a 27 sufficient to crash his way out of the rubble?
Checking.
I'd like to meet other characters with a strength score of 11. Or, sorry, modifier of plus 11, so I think it turned out to hope. Also, you asshole, rocks fall and everyone dies. That's what this trap
Clearly,
is.
these rocks could not have killed anyone in the party.
No, but it's still. And I, throw us a bunch of level 5 characters or something.
Alright, Bard, you struggle and do not manage to free yourself. What are the others doing?
Log just disappeared under most of a rock slide. Well, knowing Greg being... No, where is he? There he is. Greg is Greg and Greg is Greg, so Greg will run over and Greg.
No, I got an easy way out of this.
Alright. But where was Greg? Okay, he's over
Emma
here,
can-
so he... Okay, there he is.
Emma can greater teleport with up to 50 pounds of rocks at will.
Alrighty.
A rock goes away.
She grabs an
she'll-
arm.
Yeah, she'll just keep greater teleporting rocks away to free you.
And he'll
Over
just
and
keep
over
strength
again.
checking until it works. I'll just roll 3 to be quick about it.
Yeah,
Wow, he just got worse and worse. Ah, cannot live
yeah,
longer.
and go ahead and make yourself a Constitution check. Emma begins working away at unburying him.
I'm gonna dump them over in this corner here.
13. Or can actually it's part of the lizard folk thing. Lizard folk can hold their breath up to 4 times longer than other creatures. I mean, he can't breathe under rock. I'm just saying.
Yep.
He can hold his breath for a damn long time.
Yep, so you had no preparation, so you can hold your breath for your normally, you can hold your breath for your Constitution score in rounds. You've got 4 times that. Your score is 20.
21, but that makes a difference.
21, alright.
Yeah, just to clarify, she's greater teleporting over to here with the rocks.
I can't see your pointer. Gotcha.
And then on the next round, running back, grabbing more, and greater teleporting out.
Okay, she is digging in a fascinatingly abusive manner.
Yes. Greater teleport at will.
Okay, so let's see here. I need to just do a quick back of a napkin calculation of how much rock she can move in a minute.
I just need to know how many strength checks I get in a minute, which is 10, so sooner or later.
500 pounds.
Well, yes, that's how much weight she can move, but I'm trying to figure out how much volume she can move.
Yeah, it depends on how big each rock is, whether they're all just large
I'm
rocks or
aware of that.
scree.
That's why I'm doing some back of the napkin calculations as to the density of rock. Just give me a second.
Well, logically, by the time she even matters, Varg would have rolled a nat 20.
I'm going to let you in on a little secret here, that your strength score might be insufficient.
Varg doesn't know that.
Yes. So
And it is getting lighter with each passing moment, so I imagine he makes progress.
There we go. He is trying to dig out bone.
Why can't Varg turn into a really itty bitty snake or a termite and wiggle himself out?
He's stubborn.
There we go.
He could, he's stubborn.
He's so used to his muscles.
Also,
There hasn't been a
he's trying
problem in his life he hasn't been able to solve with muscles with enough force. He is debating turning into a big ass crocodile and just dealing with it that way, but he doesn't want to bother if he doesn't have to.
I should also point out that if he turned into a small animal under this rock slide, it would just collapse in further on him and screw him over more.
Depending on how the rocks fell.
As a wall, they're like a wall of rock, so.
Well, there's also usually rocks don't fit perfectly together.
Well, it's not like rocks so much. It's like, think like pebbles, sand, debris, big rocks, small rocks, all fit into one big wave of an avalanche. If you displace mass, it's just going to go straight down and crush you.
Yeah, and this has a fair mix of all sizes, because this is a mine where they were digging and causing lots of fractures in the rock.
And I can't actually get to like ant size. I'm stuck at like small, really small snake, like a pencil.
Yep. Alia, knowledge engineering, please. Okay. You do some back of the napkin calculations, and noting that the passage that Varg wandered into is now completely blocked, you, seeing how much Emma is moving at a time, you reckon it's going to take her maybe a little over 6 hours to dig him out.
That's
You might
bad.
want, maybe inform Varg of this so he can just fix the problem.
Hey, Varg, it's gonna take us 6 hours to dig you out. You good?
And how is she informing him this?
His
I
fist
walk up
burst
to
through the
here and
rock.
yell.
Alrighty. You begin yelling.
And then his fist burst through the rock via burrow.
You cast Burrow, do you? Alright, let
Mhm.
me check the necessary components of that spell.
What
I'm
spell?
surrounded by dirt. I think I have my components.
Somatic. Not happening.
No, it's not.
You are effectively grappled with a CMB of the entire fucking Earth.
I'll take that on. Come at me, bro.
Yeah, it also has vocal, and you can't talk if you can't breathe.
Oh, fine. I'll just shapeshift into something that can dig. God damn it, I hate having to use this for stupid things. What's something large that can dig? A large mole, I suppose, would do it. Yeah, I just shapeshift to a large mole. That'll minimize displacement where it won't crush me, and I can just dig my way out from there.
Alrighty, a mole is not a reptile. So what
It doesn't make a
template are
difference
you
at this
applying
level.
to the mole in order to make it larger than tiny?
I don't actually have to be a specific size. I could be like a huge eagle or just put the giant template for goodness sake.
Okay, giant will increase its size from tiny to small.
Really, only one step? I thought it was two. Yeah.
No.
That's a bit of a broken thing.
Make it a
All
double
right.
giant.
Annie, you'd best try typing right now. You're coming through on the inpops.
Varg saying no to something.
What am I doing? I just turned into an earth elemental. I'm a druid, damn it. I can just do that. So I turned into an earth elemental and earth glide my ass out.
Alrighty then. Let's see here. It has been a few minutes, so...
And I don't need my hands free or air to
Yeah,
transform.
I know. Make me 2 more con checks, please.
Okie doke. 13 and 12.
After several minutes, you earth glide your way free of the fallen debris. This passage is definitely cut off.
Not to an earth elemental. Whoop. Man,
Hold
I'm an
on,
earth
just
elemental. I'll
hold
take
on just a
advantage of
minute.
it.
Aislinn, during those minutes, you discovered this small dry passage over here.
Can you hear me okay?
I can now.
Alrighty, because for some reason MapTool isn't loading and I can't access the chat, I can't say anything, and it's frustrating.
Okay, kill the
So
process and restart.
restart my entire computer.
No, just map tools.
Alright. So as you were saying?
During the drama of Varg trapped under the rock slide, which lasted about 5 minutes, you had discovered this small dry passage on the far side of the river, and we will continue there.
Her reaction would be to explore it.
Traveling down it a short ways, she finds nothing too much of note until she notices a small wooden treasure chest lodged in a corner at the back of it. Looks like someone had stowed away a small wooden chest for some reason here.
Detect magic is a cantrip, isn't it?
Yes.
It is.
A chest, and if everything goes well, she'll just open it.
There is a very weak enchantment on the lock.
Let's see then. Since I'm trying to reload up. She'll just open it. Scientists, fun stuff.
All right, how is she overcoming that lock?
Kick it with her shoe.
Alrighty, strength check.
Damn it. Okay.
Come on, you've got a +0. You can do it.
Did the 18 go through?
You kick the cheap iron lock with a break DC of 15 and crack it open.
Hooray! And what is inside the chest?
A mimic.
No.
You're terrible.
You open the chest and you find inside a small hand crossbow and pardon me, a small hand crossbow and a couple unlabeled potion bottles.
All, or does the chest perhaps have a false bottom and can be removed?
Perception check.
Okay then.
This chest does not appear to have a false bottom.
All right, then, she will depart. And go see what the ruckus was about with Varg.
You wander back the way you came, and eventually catch up to the party, which is everyone except Varg, and Amesua seems to be moving armfuls of stone by teleporting them to the far side of the chamber. But a minute later, Varg drifts out of it in the shape of an earth elemental and probably announces something to the effect of, "Well, took me long enough."
Heal me, damn it. I feel like someone just dropped a mountain on my head.
Effectively, that was true. So, you guys just wind up into trouble, don't you?
I'm sorry, you're talking to someone who isn't in this group because you've been here with long enough to know that's like our modus operandi. I heard Aaliyah say that once, I have no idea what it means. He pokes Amesua when she gets back. Magic fingers. Oh, right, he's not here, so I'd have to handle it myself. Okay, I don't know how Amesua works.
It's lay on hands. I'm just looking
Ask
for
Ashlyn.
how large it is. The lay on hands is much cheaper to use.
I need about 60 health back, so from there, I don't know.
I don't see where you heal the damage you take. Oh, there we go. 8d8.
I have 3 cure critical wounds, just so you know.
If you want to toss one my way, that's fine. I won't complain. I'm kind of good, though. I'm only missing 20 HP.
I'm just saying you're kind of forgetting.
Oh, well, Amesua isn't like... Lay on hands is free for her. It's just, it doesn't cost you anything. We'll use the stuff that doesn't cost anyone anything first, if possible.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to do it, you go ahead. I'm just saying. Right, so I'm still north elemental, so I'm just going to drift through the rock. I'll be right back.
No, stay here. I need to heal your...
Okay, heal me.
Also, I found a crossbow potions. I thought you guys would be interested. If not, I'll keep them.
No, I can't use a crossbow. Drake will throw alchemy on that potion.
Let's see.
That should be his amount.
That's a knowledge what?
Knowledge... What the hell does he use for alchemy? It's like knowledge arcana.
No, you use...
Profession alchemy? What the hell did he use
You
for his
use
alchemy?
craft alchemy.
Right, that.
It's
Craft
better
alchemy.
for him.
So craft alchemy, he got a 12 plus 30. And thank you, actually.
Alrighty. The crossbow is completely unenchanted. It is a simple hand crossbow. One-handed crossbow.
And the potions.
The two unlabeled bottles are... I'll need you to make a second check.
$48 for Drake.
Okay.
As far as I'm doing it.
One of them is an oil of Taggart, and the other is some depilatory oil.
Hair removal and some kind of... Did you just loot some guy's medicine cabinet? Because it looks like you looted his medicine cabinet. We got like sleeping pills and fucking, hair removal oil. Hand crossbow for things get ugly. Well, regardless, through the rock.
You find yourself looking at the river as it flows swiftly from east to west.
And what about, I can't nudge myself in there, so...
A very cramped small cave. In fact, you need to kneel in order to make your way through here.
Compression, I don't need to do jack.
You find a very small wooden chest in the corner.
Nice, when you can't fall, this entire area has been blocked off by rubble. The only reason I can get through is because I'm an earth elemental. I can just, swim through earth. I only did that because I had to. Hey, look, a chest. Is it locked?
You're a butt.
There is a very rusted iron lock on the front of it.
I will rip it off.
Okay. Strength check. Wonderful. Fort save.
Was this the area that Ashlyn explored?
No, this is completely
That-
different.
That's just off upstream on the river.
All right.
But yes, the exposed region over there is where Ashlyn explored.
There's a 34 for my fort save.
Nothing untoward seems to happen. The lock is removed.
I open the chest.
She's in the middle of something.
Just give it a minute. Bird, you open the chest. Inside there is a small paper scroll and a single bottle of something that sloshes about and sticks to the inside of the bottle.
He'll take those things, check to see what this is about.
That's nothing. It's just a corner of the cave.
Return, pass them on to the smart people, then go back this way, and wade into the water just to see what's around.
Okay. Strength check or swim check, your choice. Remember, you're a water elemental. And you're an earth elemental. Because
I wasn't aware it was water. I'll
You're
use
an earth
swim.
elemental.
Yeah, my skill doesn't change because I'm an earth elemental. If anything, I get heavier, so it's harder to... Whoa!
You are swept rapidly downstream.
I'm like a couple thousand pounds. How the hell is it doing this?
Surface area. When I told you it was flowing rapidly.
So now that Varg's whisked off to Neverland, can other people do their other things?
Alright, if you want to, sure.
Emesua volunteers to come with you as you explore the cave. The others are going to wait for Varg, because he's stubborn like that.
Anywhere?
It is a very tight, twisty passage that the water rushes and thunders down as it goes downhill. Speaking of which, Varg, what are you doing to escape this deadly current?
He takes a nap.
Snore. I'm thinking. Okay, Oh, God, it's like you do nothing but try and make me use all my wild chip every day. Well, now I don't care that I have to... What the hell am I doing? I'm not... I just go through the wall. I sink into the earth and just plow my way back here. Then pop my head up every time I need to see where I'm going. Because you can't take my head
You
off.
need to make a swim check to do that because you need to push your way into the rock. It's too slippery to grab onto and follow your way through, so first you need to get control of yourself in the water.
I'll keep rolling. Well, that's when I just get jammed.
No, you...
I can choose not to compress myself.
Well, yes, but you're small enough that you get sucked through here. You're going to take some damage as you smack your head on the walls here.
Alright, fair enough. I do have DR, though. Because Earth Elemental.
Oh yes, you have the exact same DR you would have against falling damage. No, you don't.
I finally get control of myself.
That gets you enough control of yourself. Make me a dungeoneering check. Untrained if need be.
I'm just going to use Tremor Sense to know where the water is and follow the trail of water until I hit thereabouts.
Uh,
I can hear water, can I not?
let's see
Just
here.
follow the line of water. I might pop up, like, somewhere around there, but I'm not afraid of that.
Yes, tremor sense also works through the water. Yes, you can follow the water back the way you came.
Oh, at that point you pop out and explain the heavy water situation, need flying, and this area definitely leads somewhere, but nowhere concrete.
For the next 10 minutes.
Oh, there you are.
And you're just about done for the night, so Aislinn, you and Amissa would discover the patch of water in between the area where you explored and the area Vard just has.
Feel free to keep exploring because you guys can fly.
Yeah. Alrighty then. So, hello. Totally went through that rock. Who are you kidding?
She
Oh,
went
just outcropping.
She went around.
I
Yes,
know. She's just going to troll with him.
Yes.
Brings it up.
You've discovered the south face of a immense rock slide. There are some wet footprints on the ground here going into it.
Yes. And Vargs hit the side of a building and hope it works. Shriek will continue as well. Oh, there's one more direction we can go. That way.
Up here is nothing of interest.
Alright, so just... Greg 6 is spacing it.
Aislinn, what are your intentions?
With what? Excuse me?
What are your intentions?
Towards what end? I was just
Are you
making
going
my
deeper
comment.
into the caverns again, or
Well,
are you going back to the group? Are you going back to the elevator?
I'm going to go back to the group, tell them, oh hey, look, here's a way around, and then I'll continue my exploring. The way I'm going.
Alrighty. Then I shall get you back.
Die.
I shall get you back with the group, and we will suspend there for the evening.
Alrighty. It's been a lot of fun despite the technological errors I've been having.
Good,
I look
good,
forward
good,
to next week. When
Pardon?
what was my question going to be? So nothing this weekend, not next weekend, or versus plans going on in the future?
As far as I know, we're playing on the 22nd.
Same.
Oh, darn it.
As far as we are aware, we are playing next week as well, so unless you have
Yeah,
something...
1 second, let her type. Well, nope. That's all for tonight. No mid-scene denouement here. So I will see you both next week.